Hello, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers, bringing you news and information from people making a difference in our communities. I'm Beverly Weaver, and joining me now is Major John Bennett, El Paso County Coordinator for the Salvation Army. Welcome. Thanks for coming in, Major.
Thanks for having me.
Let's begin, first of all, the Red Kettle project, or program that is already underway. Tell us what the Red Kettles are doing for the Salvation Army.
Well, Beverly, we summarized the Kettle program in 3 words: feed, shelter, and restore. So for feeding, we provide over 100,000 meals every year. For shelter, we average 180 people in our downtown shelter every night, and then we do transitional housing for 11 families and 14 singles every month.
Yeah, so definitely a big project. Certainly the Kettle program really does provide a lot for the Salvation Army, and is probably, I would imagine, Major, one of your most recognizable features when you're out at the holiday season.
It's our biggest brand. Everybody knows the Salvation Army because of the Red Kettle, but a lot of times they don't know what we do, and so that's one of the reasons we're here today, is to open that up a little bit.
And you do really have a goal for raising money with the Red Kettles. Tell me what you're forecasting for the Colorado Springs area and how big of a time you'll be out.
Well, we're hoping for 600,000 this year, and we start November 14th, and we'll go right up to Christmas Eve.
Right, right. So you're really getting out there. Are you trying to be selective, Major, in where you're putting the kettles this year? Obviously, the economy has affected every nonprofit, but every person as well.
Well, we try to work with everybody we can. We have about 65 sites that we work with, and throughout the El Paso County community. So.
Yeah. And in terms of the bell ringers, you know, a lot of people realize that there's some that are paid to be out there, but you're trying to kind of organize the volunteer force as well.
We really are. In past years, we've only been about 10% volunteers, and we're really trying to increase that to 30%. So the hope would be 30%, but if we could get 20% of our bells being rung by volunteers, that would be great.
Any particular qualifications people need to be a bell ringer?
Friendly, got to be able to say hello, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, those kind of things. And really, the great thing about a volunteer bell ringer is the chance to meet the people in the community that they already know.
Exactly, yeah, because usually they are local. What percentage of your total budget for the Salvation Army here in Colorado Springs comes from the Kettle Drive?
About 15%.
Yeah, so you really have a lot invested in that.
We really do. It's huge.
Yeah. Any stories that you've heard from people either donating at the Kettle or people who are the bell ringers who come back and tell a story about something unique that happened when they were out ringing the bell?
Well, we have all sorts of different groups. Of course, we have Star Wars stormtroopers who come every year, and that's a huge attraction. Probably the coolest thing that most people talk about is the kids. When the little kids come, they've got pocketfuls of change. Sometimes they've been saving for a year, and those pennies are precious, I'll tell you.
Yeah. And in terms of the message that you have for the community, obviously people are working on tighter budgets than ever. What do you tell people when they think about giving to the Salvation Army at the Kettle?
Well, we think about those 3 words: feed, shelter, and restore. The Salvation Army has always been committed to take care of the most basic needs. And people need to have food. People need to have a place to sleep, and people need to have hope that their lives can be transformed from where they are right now.
Is there anything with the Salvation Army, Major, that you think people don't realize that is part of what you do? Anything that's a misconception about the Salvation Army?
Well, you know, I think people see us in EDS, emergency disaster situations. But what they don't realize is that we're planted throughout the United States and in this community and been here for 122 years. So every day people are getting food, every day people are getting shelter, and every day people are getting hope. And when those disasters come, of course, that's when people see us, but we're there even when you don't see us.
Right, and certainly you talk about the shelter. I would imagine the demand for your services have just continued to go up.
And we have to turn people away because we just don't have enough space. So we do the best we can, of course, working with the other agencies in the community.
Right. Where can people go, Major, to get more information on the Kettle Drive in particular, but the Salvation Army in general?
Best thing to do is just to go to Google, type in Salvation Army Colorado Springs. You'll see all the information there on our website.
Great information. Good luck with the drive this year.
Oh, thank you very much.
Major John Bennett, El Paso County Coordinator for the Salvation Army. Thanks again.
You bet.
And thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Beverly Weaver.